Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from your respective positions. Once again, you are welcome here on your platform, your own biological platform. Much beloved, the platform book for awakening consciousness. This is the headline of international news. It is making headlines worldwide. Emmanuel Macron has just said incredible things and has made a firm decision against Vladimir Putin. After Donald Trump outright refused Emmanuel Macron at the Vatican, where we saw Emmanuel Macron wanting to sit alongside Donald Trump and Zelensky to exchange, to discuss. Everyone saw the images that circulated widely on social media. The video itself went viral, where Donald Trump asked Emmanuel Macron to remove the third chair, as it was on the third chair that Emmanuel Macron wanted to sit. He was told, no, remove the chair. Despite everything we saw with our own eyes, Emmanuel Macron stands up to say something else. I'm telling you, it's just incredible. It's unimaginable. You won't believe it. And that's why I'm asking you to share this video conference as much as possible. Our brothers need to see the truth with their own eyes. Our brothers need to understand what is really happening. Because we, as Africans, to better decide the fate of our continent, must have our own opinion. And to do that, we need to know what is happening around us. Ladies and gentlemen, for all those who have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. There you go. Let's dive into the depths. And so, the images have gone around the world, showing Donald Trump and Volodymyr Zelensky sitting on chairs placed in the Vatican Hall. The American and Ukrainian leaders were sitting and having a one-on-one discussion. But what's happening? Emmanuel Macron says it's thanks to him and Keir Starmer, his famous partner, his accomplice from Great Britain, the head of the British executive. He says they are the ones behind this collaboration to make this by a one-on-one meeting happen. So he says, it was during Pope Francis's funeral. Emmanuel Macron and France, because he has all the French media say it, it's propaganda. He says that this one-on-one meeting between Zelensky and Donald Trump, he says it's the result of intense negotiations. He fought hard for this to happen, what we saw there. Yes, so you fight hard for this one-on-one meeting to take place. In a place where people are seen like that, they are greeted, or with heads of state and all that, high-profile personalities. He says that he is the one behind it. But you're behind it, and then you're chased away. They say, no, you're not going to sit down. Maranatha. Can you imagine? Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Yes. He doesn't stop there. He continues and says this. It's still Emmanuel Macron speaking. He says, it's a major feeling. He has a feeling of satisfaction since this one-on-one meeting took place. According to him, it's a major feeling to have convinced the American president of the possibility of an escalation of threats. That is to say, his theory that he has always declared to push the European Union to rise against Russia. It's this same theory that he buzzed into Donald Trump's ears. The gentleman also didn't really listen to him much. He said, yes, I understand. He says, he has a major feeling of having succeeded in convincing Donald Trump that Russia is a real threat. He continues that he succeeded in convincing the Americans of the possibility that potential sanctions should be taken to push Russia to accept the ceasefire. He presented Russia as a serious threat and succeeded in convincing the Americans to take very strong sanctions against Russia to push Russia to accept the ceasefire. The French head of state hopes for increased pressure on Moscow in the next 8 to 10 days, including from the United States of America. This is the goal sought by the Europeans, according to Emmanuel Macron, who praises the duo formed with the British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. Always Keir Starmer. Remember this name. This gentleman is starting to become very dangerous. So, he continues. But the French president remains cautious. He implicitly calls on Washington for the Europeans to be genuinely and directly involved in the upcoming discussions. So, he is the one advocating now. The Americans, it is necessary that in the upcoming discussions, the European Union is directly involved. He says this: we need to be there and defend our interests. Did you see the sentence? Always this question of interest. Always the matter of interest. He says we need to be there and defend our interests. But how is Donald Trump going to accept someone who wanted to sit on the third chair? It was said, the third chair must be removed. That is to say, we don't need you. So, it is as a spokesperson, even a leader of the European Union, that Emmanuel Macron steps forward. Now, it is the Western media saying that Macron, as a spokesperson or European leader, is stepping forward. It will still be necessary to rally the 27. Hence the importance, according to him, of this upcoming meeting scheduled for May 7th, on the occasion of the first visit to France by the next German Chancellor, Friedrich Merz. Also, the Polish Prime Minister, Donald Tusk, 2 days later. He has scheduled a program for May 7th. He will receive the new German Chancellor, as the latter is also very agitated against Russia. And then he will also receive the Polish Minister, the Polish Prime Minister, Donald Tusk. So they are going to fine-tune things. This is what Emmanuel Macron is preparing. This is the decision he has just made against Russia. Europe needs to be reorganized so that it stands up against Russia. He has already whispered in Trump's ear. He believes that Trump has agreed to follow his line, to play his game. He already sees himself as the leader of the entire Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the headline of international news. Thank you for sharing it as much as possible. I will be back shortly with new updates by the grace of the Almighty. This was the voice of your one and only samurai.